Capricorn. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. My name is Michelle. Welcome to the channel. If you are returning, God bless you. Thank you so much for your constant support. Capricorn, we got a lot to talk about astrologically. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, and it's your reading. So I'm going to describe to you energies, and please apply them where they resonate in your life. There's always an extended reading, of course. That's the best way to support the channel. The link is down below in the description box. I'll also pin a link that you can just click on right at the end of this video, up at the top, one of these corners. And I'll pin it to the top of the comment section as well. I hope to see you there. If you really love this video, be sure to share that love by giving it a thumbs up. And if you love my content, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. I also have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I go live Monday through Friday. So if you want to join a live chat with me Monday through Friday, check out Astrology Motivation. Come on over. You never know what's going to happen in those live chats. So let's get into the astrology because it's big. It's big. You guys definitely kind of have a powerhouse. Why? Two conjunctions are impacting you specifically. Within Capricorn, your house, the house of Capricorn, we have Pluto still at 28 degrees and Mercury now conjunct Pluto. So there is a conjunction all week between Mercury and Pluto. How is this going to affect you? First of all, it is Capricorn 3s, or those of you who are born between 20 degrees and 30 degrees, especially after as in your natal sun is 25 degrees to 30 degrees Capricorn. So it's really kind of the end of Capricorn, the cuspers, that are really going to have this impacting them. Why? Because this conjunction between Pluto and Mercury is conjunct your natal sun. So it's really going to impact your purpose and your motivation, and maybe impact your ego and your sense of self. What is Mercury conjunct Pluto? Well, it's almost like private investigation. It's deep dive. It's deep inquiry. None of your conversations will be light or shallow this week. It's also a sense of digging, spying, investigating. Think deep knowing, deep understanding, and deep conversations. There could also be conversations that kind of blow your mind and change your world, since we do have Pluto involved, and Pluto can be extremely destructive, if you will. But I think mostly he's powerful, and so there's this energy of having a lot of authority to how you speak. It's like people, in a way, it's almost like you won't care. You won't care if people like what you have to say or don't like what you have to say. You're just gonna get to the truth, because the truth is so important to Pluto. The truth is everything. And when it comes to Pluto, Pluto's ruthless when it comes to the truth. So with Mercury conjunct that, you will say whatever is on your mind. And however that works out, it is how it is. It's neither good nor bad. It's a conjunction, so it's really just how you use the energy. But prepare for that. I would say all of you will be affected by this, but especially those of you born between 25 degrees and 30 degrees Capricorn, because that is conjunct your natal sun, and it's just going to impact you. Now, for all of y'all, Saturn is conjuncting the sun. They are both in Aquarius. Saturn's been in Aquarius. So by Thursday, the sun will conjunct Saturn. And what is that going to do? Well, that's going to give you a lot of confidence in what you have to say and who you are and how you feel. So in conjunction with the Mercury-Pluto conjunction, there is a lot of confidence and there is a lot of authority in getting to the point, no matter what, in what you have to say. So your drive, your intent, and your capability is really going to be high this week. And it's also going to be you're really able going to be focus really hard. Now Saturn, the sun conjunct Saturn can be a little domineering. It could definitely make you come off as a little bit like too much or too stuck on yourself. But generally speaking, it's a solid energy that will focus you and illuminate your capabilities. So that's happening in Aquarius, and it will impact all of you. So these are this is a lot of energy that you're dealing with this week. Let's get into the cards. First, we have Knight of Wands. But then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which would be you. And then we have Queen of Swords, air sign or other. So what am I interpreting this as? Honestly, the Queen of Pentacles to me is usually somebody who's a gold digger, usually somebody who is very deceitful or very like not good with money or will do anything for money. It could be very immoral, but I don't see that since I'm talking to an earth sign. What I see is acting out of character and doing something that is unexpected and not normal for you, like unpredictable, almost impulsive. Right? But that's the level of energy. That's the level of confidence that you have. And since this energy is upright, there is a sense of taking chances and taking risks that you normally would not take unless some of you was rolling in the dirty and you're pimping yourself out to go get, you know, a one-off somewhere with some younger fire sign. Now that could be some of you, but I don't think that's what it's about. To be honest with you, I think it's about you surprising people with how you behave because you're so confident you're just going to go for something. Queen of Swords is also here, and she's a very leveling kind of energy. She's a sense of making everything make sense. She's also my GPS card, so she looks toward the future. She's like, this is the direction I'm going. So if you have had problems making the decision or taking that step forward, this week is going to solve it for you because you're going to have conviction and confidence through the roof and you're just going to get down to it. Your decisions are also going to be extremely sharp, extremely clear. There could be counseling involved as well if this is somebody else in your life. But to be honest with you, it's coming out dead center. I think this is all about you. I think it's describing who you are this week. So confidence is high. You will be willing to take chances. Oh, you have people that you need to address and you need to talk to because there's some kind of kerfuffle in your life. Okay, the way people are acting is disappointing you because there's a lot of pushback here. There's also a lot of people not acting extremely responsibly or giving you pushback or giving you sass. It's just a lot of congestion when it comes to everybody's passions, or everybody wants it all at once, or everybody thinks they have a say. Could also represent red tape, right? Different things along the way that are making you pause and making you kind of back down or slowing you down. What's really interesting is this conjunction between Mercury and Pluto in Capricorn is says a square to Mars in Gemini. So you could get a lot of pushback and a lot of fight when it comes to other people's opinions and then like testing you or challenging you. So this is an FYI. You could also be deciding to just take a stance and get something done when it comes to issues that you're already dealing with people who want to get at you, come at you, or get into your face about something. So ultimately, do expect confrontation. Do expect confrontation. And it could be about something that has happened or that disappoints you. I think since this is, oh no. So I just had a hidden card, and that happens when one card comes out so perfectly under the other that I don't see it. There is some disappointment here, this is coming out into the future. I'll show you the cards for a second. This is coming out a little bit into the future. So this sense of looking back and remembering a lot of strife or something happening now that's really going to disappoint you. I feel like this is you being disappointed in people in your life that are putting up a shitstorm instead of supporting you. Here I saw a judgment card and I'm like, oh, that's good. You made great decisions, and you did make great decisions, but it's going to break your heart. So that means that you are making decisions right now that are going to end up really hurting you, even though it's the right thing to do. And that could be cutting people off, confronting people, because listen, the Five of Wands is about people who, it's usually the haters card, right? It's about a lot of issues coming at you really quickly, but what the vibe that I'm sensing is actually people who are just giving you sass or not behaving in the way that you expect them or need them to behave to get things done, and you're really disappointed at the behavior they're demonstrating you, or that this stuff would happen now, right? You are making good decisions. The Judgment card is here. I think it'll be eventually easier for you toward the end of the week to make the decisions you need to make based on the attitude that people are giving you and what they're showing you. Remember, when people show you who they are, believe them. That's Maya Angelou, right? And it's just one of the best pieces of advice ever given. When people show you who they are, believe them. And this is all this contention. There also could be some disappointment because of scheduling issues. Like I wanted it this day, but I can't get it this day, or I wanted this to happen, but they're not going to have the products for me. It could be something like that as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be you're being attacked by people. It could just be supply and demand issues, not being able to supply when you wanted it or whatever. But because there is disappointment here, this is going to end in disappointment and heartbreak. Now, heartbreak doesn't usually come when it's a supply and demand issue, right? But it could if it means a lot to you, or, I have too many papers to grade, I won't be able to do that. Something is going to happen that's going to really make you really sad. But I think it's also going to make you have an aha moment and bring you to a point that Spirit is trying to lead you to make you realize something, right? And that realization will be, this is Major Arcana, it will be what all of this energy is leading you up to. So you are being led up into a fate trap. I'm just letting you know. It is a sense of you can't get out of this. You are being led here for a reason so that you can make a very clear decision, make really good judgments, and ultimately I think you will come out looking like doing the right thing, right? You will absolutely. But ultimately, this is not the easiest situation. I think it's, can you stand your ground? Can you stand your ground? Can you do the right thing when confronted with adversity? This week, I would say absolutely. Why are they disappointed? What is this 5 of Wands and 5 of Cups? Why? Can you please? What is the disappointment? Something either to do with financial or your marriage, or people being extremely traditional, some sort of maybe even church that is either getting in your way or disappointing you, or you're finding out that they're not going to allow something, even though maybe they promised something. This could also represent your spouse. I don't see this as not being something you can definitely handle this. But what just popped out is the 8 of Pentacles, which is working really hard and really loving what you do. It's definitely time to dig in your heels. But I think what this could make you do is decide what you really like about something, what you like about the process of something, if you actually like doing something. And it will clarify for you really quickly by the end of this week. You will know, is this something that I really actually want? Because I don't think you're going to take this personally, even though there's heartbreak and disappointment. I don't think you're going to take it to heart, as in you're going to take it personally, but it's going to be a judgment you're making about what's going on outside of you or about other people that could disappoint you, but it'll make things really clear, especially for the work that you want to do and how dedicated you are to it. And I think this week is going to make you even more dedicated to the work that you do, because now it's revealing a purpose. So I want to see though, tell me about what this is. Why is Capricorn so disappointed? It could be discovering things about a spouse's work or stuff that they did that really wasn't, that pushed against something that meant a lot to you. Could be difference in political views, could be difference in moral or ethics, especially. This kind of stuff will come up. Knight of Cups is here, so it is definitely somebody that you love, somebody that you care about. But why? Why is the disappointment? What is the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups? What is the disappointment? What is the disappointment? Maybe somebody's disappointed. It's like there's an offer or opportunity offered to you, but you're like, somebody's not having it, or somebody's being extremely defensive. You see something so clearly, but it's definitely winning battles. Maybe somebody's disappointed. That doesn't make any sense. Page of Cups. It's almost like something didn't go the way that you expected it to go. that even though it's supposed to be a success, it's supposed to be a victory, it was too hard won. You had to fight too hard for it, and that's left a bitter taste in your mouth. Page of Cups is somebody is going to offer you maybe reconciliation or love, or show love, demonstrate love, but it doesn't seem to be enough. It's like, okay, enough with the pretty stuff. You know, I don't need the poetic crap. I need you to fight for me instead of against me, that kind of energy. But yeah, it's like the battle is too hard won. Though it does seem to be that there is a battle, even though you might be reluctant to believe it because you've felt disappointment after disappointment. There's always been something that's disappointed you. So ultimately, I think something good is going to happen. Like I just heard people who have had trouble getting pregnant, this is it, but you don't want to believe it because you've had so many failures, or, you know, so many, maybe God forbid, miscarriages, or so many false alarms, or if you're doing in vitro fertilization, it may just not have worked, and you kind of don't even want to take the pregnancy test this time around because you're kind of like, well, screw it, because I don't want to get bad news again. But this time it's not going to be bad news. It actually did freaking work. I just think that there's reluctancy for you to, happy birthday, Doug Danny, get your hopes up. Now, ultimately, yeah, so I think the act of faith and the act of courage for you guys is to see this time as the first time, and to really see this as a clearing point and start again. You're going to have to be courageous enough, like Pluto, Mercury in Capricorn, you're going to be courageous enough to dispose of all the crap, just annihilate it. What didn't work, get rid of it. Right? Any of that information, what didn't work, get rid of it, and don't hold on to it. It didn't work. Don't think that you're giving up. You're not giving up your purpose. You're giving up this trial. You're giving up this time, you're giving up this time that you tried it. You know, it's like you're not giving up on the game to lose an inning. You know what I mean? You're not. You're just, let's just scrap this. Right? They're way far ahead. We need to regroup. Let's send them a ball they can hit, and let's get off. Let's get call a timeout and regroup. It's kind of like that. It's like, yeah, you may have to scrap something. Like if I'm trying to give you lots of examples, but you apply it to your life. Like if you're getting married, for example, and you really wanted a venue, and you have done everything that you could, you offered them double the down payment, and it's still like they're calling you back saying, no, you can't have this, or they took your money and they scheduled it, but now they're giving you lip about you can't get the food you want, you can't have the flowers and you want, you know, you wanted your dog at the wedding, but the dog's not allowed at they're telling you all this crap after they've taken your money and you've planned the wedding around this date, you know, and it's like, throw it out. Throw out the date. Don't throw out the wedding. You're still getting married. Demand your money back. Throw out the place. Throw out the date, get a new date, and start from scratch. That's what I'm talking about. You're not throwing out your purpose. You're throwing out that first dry run, that trial run, but your disappointment is you thought it was going to be the one. You thought it was going to be that run. You thought you were going to meet this to completion. You aren't. This was your learning ground. This was your trial run. You've learned from it. You're going to go back in. You're going to ask the right questions. You're going to prepare the correct way. It's like sometimes you just got to scrap stuff. And that's sort of what's coming out. And it is disappointing, but you can renew this, and there is a new beginning on the other side. So if you have suffered a great deal of disappointment, you're going to have to throw away that disappointment in order to try it again, to give it another try, to give it another go. And it's going to take a tremendous act of courage. But you do have the support from the universe to do that this week, Capricorn. What came out? Dude, I'm not a magician. I don't have sleight of hand. Hold your vision. Hold it. It says, do not lose sight of your long-term goal. Don't. And it's coming out in the future. So I think by the end of the week, you'll be sound. You'll be strong in that. But it's also saying, keep your vision throughout all the craziness this week. Even if you have to scrap something and start over again, you still have that accomplishment waiting for you. Communication is key. It's not just key for getting things done, it's key for the distress. There's a lot of communications that are going to be coming in. You're almost going to be bombarded with it. And it could be Mercury conjunct Pluto, that it's all the communications that are just destroying the situation, because everybody's talking, everybody wants their opinion, it's happening all, like, or it could have been a mess up in communications. Communications is the key. It's the key to everything that is going on and happening. It's not just the key to success, it's the key to the unraveling as well. So you are going to get some pretty intense conversations, and you're going to have to you're going to have to hit some curveballs or be prepared for them. Let's go to the extended, because let's go to the extended. But I do want to make an announcement. For those of you who are interested in my meet and greet that I announced in December, I have a date, and it is May 13th. I don't have the time, and I don't have the marketing or the event schedule, the event like posters and stuff to send out to you. But it is May 13th. And the price is going to be between $100 and $120 for those of you who are showing up in person. I can only take 70 people tops. There's no more that I could take. So you will have to buy your tickets quickly, because that's max capacity for fire hazards and fire codes. But I wanted to let you guys know, I will definitely be sending out links once I get that all up, but it'll be May 13th in Austin, Texas. So please look for more to come, okay? Also, yes, there will still be a virtual offering, and that's not going to be anywhere near that price. The price is based on three things. It's based on, one, there's going to be a 3-musician sound bath, and that price has to cover that, and those are pretty expensive to begin with. And then there's going to be food, not full dinner, but hors d'oeuvres and drinks and treats and good stuff to fill your belly that's healthy for you, but also yummy for you. And then of course there's going to be me, and we can meet and we can talk, and so that includes all of that. And I think there's also going to be some vendors that are going to be there as well, for you to, if you want to buy their stuff. That's all between you and them. But there'll be shopping as well. At Libra rising, I like to shop. So I just wanted to let you guys know and give you a heads up, and then we're going to get into where this is headed. I will see you guys in the extended.